Hello, party people in the place to be. You're back for my Journey to STEM Part 5. So far, I have now graduated from Spelman College, and I've now graduated from Georgia Tech. My GPA is somewhere in the mid-2s. A lot of companies, even to this day, require you to have a 3.0. So although I had worked as an intern for South Central Bell and for 4 years at Ford Motor Company, I didn't have a job. So right after graduation, I went right back to my job working at Sears Credit Card Central and trying to get a full-time job. I'm now an electrical engineer. I have a bachelor's degree in mathematics as well, but I don't have a job. So Ford reached out to me eventually, and I had been an intern in Tennessee, and they told me they were hiring at their Michigan location. I didn't want to move to Michigan. I'm a Southern girl. I love to be in the South. And I had enjoyed my internships at Ford in Tennessee, but I wasn't so won over about moving to the River Rouge and moving to Michigan when all my family was in the South. So I ended up taking the job, and that was where my second nightmare in engineering began. And what I will say is the advice I give to students is don't pick a major by how much money you're going to make, number one, or because your parents tell you to pick it, number two, but also think about who you're going to be working with. Electrical engineers do lots of stuff. Some work in the design center, some work on semiconductors, some work on computer architecture. And mine was going to be, hold on, my food just arrived. And think about the type of people you're going to be working for. So for example, because I worked as a controls engineer in a plant, and plants must stay open 24 hours, that means I lived at the plant. I worked second shift, first shift, third shift. Even if I was off from work on a Friday night and the robot went down, or the conveyor belt went down, or the machinery went down, I had to get up and go in. I had to do maintenance. I had to work with the electricians. I had to work with the union workers. And because of that, that created a lot of negative experiences based upon biases, ageism, sexism, racism, you name it. And so although some jobs as an electrical engineer would have probably been awesome for me, that one was not. So I knew almost immediately I had made a mistake. I worked there for about a year and a half before deciding I needed to get back in school and continue on my mission to become a professor, because that job was not the move. Another mistake I made was being completely honest with my coworkers that I did eventually want to become a college professor and that this was not a long-term thing for me. I got dinged on my evaluations for not having long-term aspirations to go into management. Didn't want to lie to them. And I also got dinged for saying that I wanted to be a college professor. Please come back for part 6 and stay STEMtastic.